Says it's starting. It says we're live.
Okay, yeah, I got a notice. I'm
You
going to
got
go
a
in there
notice?
and click on that notice and see where it takes
Okay.
me.
Let me see if I can
That
update.
may cause the echo thing, though.
I hope not.
Well, we'll find out.
Yep. Let me see if I can update.
That may cause the echo thing, though.
Yeah, you know what it's going to do? I hope not. But we'll find out. Yep.
Okay, I just turned off the sound.
That may cause the echo thing, though. Yeah. Yeah, you know what it's going to do? Oh, the only problem is then, Lisa, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I clicked out of that.
Hi. Well, the only problem is then, Lisa, I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Guys, we have a little issue of technical malfunction here. So hold on just a minute. Hello, Janet and Laura and Linda and Sweet Drops. Guys, we have a little issue of technical malfunction here. So hold on just a minute. Hello, Janet and Laura and Linda and Sweet Drops. Guys, we have a little issue of technical.
I think it's doing the same thing for you.
Okay, Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What I did was on the view that on the tab that has the chat,
Yeah.
the regular YouTube tab, I turned the sound off over there.
Well, that's what I did, and then you said you couldn't hear me.
No, I turned the whole sound off of my computer.
Right. Okay, well, I thought that's what I had done. Let me try it again.
Okay. Turn sound off and wear earphones. Yeah. Okay, Janet says the echo's gone, Lisa.
Okay, I have the sound off on the video.
Okay, and you can hear me and I can hear you.
Yeah, and I can see the chat.
And the girls are saying everything's good. Yay!
Except the screen is frozen.
The screen's frozen?
Yeah, all I see is my screen from earlier. Oh, it's just behind.
Yeah, Lisa, it will be behind for me. I don't know exactly why, but everything lags a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
And so you got it on me right now?
Yep, I got it on you right now.
Because I knew it was on me. I didn't know if it was there on purpose or not.
Yep, it's on you. For one thing, because hi everybody. If I missed you, if we missed you, sorry. We have to learn how to do this thing. So
hi, Holly and Janet and Jane and Becky and Beth and Patricia and Susan and Mitzi and Cheryl.
And there was somebody named Sweet Drops.
Hi, Sweet Drops. I missed you. Sorry.
And so, hello, everybody. Lisa, would you show everybody what you showed them last night? All the different ideas other than playing cards?
Yeah. Let me get this stuff out of the way.
Yeah. And guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but we're doing a project that we saw on Lori Marie Jenkins' channel. And we're just going to try to kind of follow along and do it our own way. And Holly is here. Hello, Holly. And Lisa's going to show you, besides playing cards, what you could do this project with.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Sweet Drops has been over here before. So hello, Lisa, go ahead.
Okay. These are just some things that I've got. What I'm going to use today is these Noggin Nash cards from this game. I like the size of them. They're well, let's see what size they are just to give you an idea. They're 3.5 well, just a second. 3 by 3.5. So they're a little bit bigger than a normal card, but that's what I'm going to use. You can use, I've got some big cards like this that, they're bigger, but they're cardstock. I've got phase 10 cards, and I've got some of these little cards that you play a game where you ask your kids questions, and then I've got some this is a dinosaur game. You could use flashcards, and then of course regular playing cards. I've got, these big flashcards. Those are kind of huge for what we're doing, but you could do it with them. I've got these big cards from a game. And then I've even got some that are smaller that are like this. And these are like, I don't know, let's see what size these are. These are 2 by 2 3/4. So anything that's kind of cardstock, you can even take a piece of cardstock and just cut it into pieces, or take a political flyers or junk mail, whatever, as long as it's something that has a little bit of body to it, more than just paper.
Yeah. Hi, Mark and Jerry, and Mary is here, and I don't think I missed anybody else. Now I'm going to just see if I can do this right. Now, Lisa's pulled up all kinds of cards, but these are actually a little bigger, but that's okay with me. These are, oh gosh, I didn't measure. They're about 4 3/4 by 5 inches. This is Lipton soup mix stuff. And I just opened this box up and cut off the front and the back. Wait just a minute. Come on, open up. Like so. And if you didn't have something specific that you wanted to do, you could cut up a cereal box. It's like Lisa said, just anything that's kind of cardstocky weight. Sherry's here too, Lisa.
Hi, Sherry.
So
Susan, last night you asked a question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I was watching the replay and I missed a lot of stuff last night. But I noticed that Susan asked, she wanted to know how to actually use the leather from the coat that she was gonna take apart. And I had someone else leave me a message and ask that same question, asked me to do a video on that. And so I'm going to do a video on different ways you can use the leather out of these jackets that we took apart last night. And if you have any, anything specific, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it on a live stream so everybody can ask questions, or if I'm going to do it on a video. I asked the girl who made that comment, I asked her to tell me which she wanted, and she hasn't replied yet. So anyway, that's another subject, so I'll get off. But
that's all right, because I didn't know you did that last night because I missed it. So
well, I saw Susan there, and it made me remember that I completely did not answer her comment. I answered other people about 10 minutes late, but I didn't answer hers at all.
But yeah, I think Mary's right. That'll be fun video. And hi, Sherry. Hi, oh, Beth's here. Well, Lisa, you want to go ahead and get started? I'm going to. The idea that that Lori did was she kind of put these cards out together. Now mine are big. And then when she laid her background down, she just laid it over the whole thing. So we're just gonna pop back and forth. Is anybody playing with us tonight?
I did also. I watched Heather at the Craft Shack made ATCs out of playing cards one
Uh-huh.
on the video, and she took little pieces of washi tape and taped all her cards kind of to each other. Really close to each other
Oh,
to
that's
start
a
out
good
with.
idea.
Yeah, I think so. That way they don't keep moving. I noticed Lori kept having to move hers back in until she got, back moving back together. And
Holly's
then,
going to play with us as soon as she's done.
all right.
And Dawn is here. Holly Dawn, and she's playing. And uh, Laura, I can't say your last name. Laura's playing. She's ripping up papers right now. So
Good.
I think that makes 3 or 4. That's it. She's playing. Holly, Laura, Dawn. That's 4. And see, my cardboards did not come out exactly the same size, and I'm not going to worry about it. The way she puts this together, it had some kind of scruffy borders. Lisa, I'm going to show you something. I'm rolling the washi tape underneath because, well, I guess the only problem I would worry about is the way you're doing that. Is that washi tape going to let your papers lift up?
Well, I've got it on parchment paper, on top of parchment paper, so I think it should be fine.
No, I mean, when you put you can't see my cursor, duh. When you put your papers over the top of the washi tape,
Right.
is it is the washi tape going to lift up from underneath, letting your paper lift up off your card?
I don't think so, but we'll find out.
Okay. Oh, hi, Janie is here. I don't know that Janie's been in my stream before. If
Hi,
she has,
Jane.
she has. I haven't seen her, but that doesn't mean anything. Patricia's here. I'm not sanding mine, Jerry. We missed a question.
Yeah, I'm not sanding mine either.
Yeah.
I'm just gluing. Lori Marie didn't sand hers. We're letting the experts who came before us tell us what to do.
And Becky says the tape better go on the back. That the tape she's seen. I think said she saw Kylie Koo, and the tape needs to go on the back. So when you get done taping them, flip them over.
Well, we're going to do the front and back anyway, aren't we?
Yeah. Guys, I hate to tell you this, but my chat is really tiny tonight. I don't know exactly why. There we go. Maybe that will help. Well,
this may end up not being the best thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway, and we'll find out.
Okay. Sounds like a deal. And I've put little rolls on the back. But I see what Becky said. Becky, let me turn this back to me. Becky said, I think what she means is whatever side you're going to work on, you go like this. Is this right, Becky?
Oh. Yeah, well, I'm working on both sides, so.
Yeah, so, but I had rolled them up and stuck them. That doesn't work, so. But do it like that and then turn it over.
Alrighty.
Hello, Gloria. Oh, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could, Janet. Look, I made a huge bowl of what do you call that stuff? Mod Podge and glue mixed together.
You want to leave just enough space between them, don't you think, so you can do the bending to break them apart?
I think so. See, she's got little, I don't know why I keep trying to show you all my cursor and that doesn't work. I try to use my little arrow and show you something and it doesn't, I can't do that. But yeah, I think you want to leave a little place because you need to be able to get your scissors in there and cut them apart. Not only that, this craft mat is slippery. It goes everywhere.
That's true, Becky. You could, if it doesn't get glued down from all your glue in the front, you could take the tape off the back before you did the back.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying now. Sorry, I was so clueless so long. Okay, I'm going to start gluing
Yeah,
stuff.
Janet says you could use the magazine to attach them and just tape them to the magazine. Oh, like that. So we'll see how it goes. That's the deal. The one thing she did do is I noticed that everything stuck to her mat and she picks it all up. Her table.
Yeah. I may have chosen the wrong stuff to use because this is under paper, so it's kind of thick. You know, she used magazine pieces.
Well, and I've got some of everything. So, but
So
I
that
think, you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, whatever works.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Jerry, I think I'm making about 12. I don't know how many Lisa's got.
Well, I figured I would make about 18, do 2 sets of 9.
Uh-huh. Okay. We'll find out.
Yeah. We may end up with two
Yeah.
big ones.
That's right. It may end up being less than you think. Guys, if I forget to change things back and forth, let me know. Because, you know.
No, it's perfectly fine if they watch you the whole time.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Susan, that's real sweet of you. You may be sorry you said that, but that's okay. Oh. And of course, I've got like 6 sweaters on because it was so cold in here earlier.
I've got my heater going. It's about 30 degrees outside, so.
It's supposed to get about that chilly here tonight. It normally does not, but I told my sister it's all her fault.
She brought it with her, huh?
Well, Alaska's almost always warmer than some places in the States. I mean, at least Anchorage is. So, one of the things she did say about this was that you weren't supposed to over worry about where the things went because you're going to cover them up later.
Yeah, and I'm trying very hard to do that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen easy, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Um, yeah, do you guys not have, yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Carl. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Carl. And Mark, if I didn't say hey, hey.
I think you have to have 3 people playing along in order to have the little box.
Is that how it
And
works?
we only
Okay.
have 2, so
Okay. Well, we'll have to remember that in the future.
yeah.
Mark should be able to answer that question. Mark, are you here? Only if there are at least 3 people. Okay, that's what Mark just said, Lisa.
Okay. Uh, okay. So we'll have to invite somebody else to our mess next time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and Mary and Linda did one. Oh gosh, when was I on here and I saw that? It was just
It
the
was this
other day.
morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, I saw a part of the replay. I never did get to finish it, but
I actually got on there because I got up early. I'll just switch it back and forth. We had trouble with the sound, Mark, because we had the sounds where it was making a lot of echoes. So it took us a few minutes to get it sorted out. And I, of course, don't have my squares lined up.
it's all right. Just keep going. It'll be fine. Perfection is overrated.
Oh, look at how neat hers is.
Mine's not that neat.
Uh-huh.
You must be looking at something else.
Jerry, you'll have to ask Mark that question because whoever is the host, I think, has to switch them back and forth.
Which means I'm gonna have to remember to do that next time. Instead of I'm lazy today. See, I'm just playing, and you got to do all the work. And
Oh, it's such hard work. The big problem is I keep missing little holes in my paper on my cards. Each person can, Mark says, Lisa, that each person can control their own mic. But as far as who you see, the host is back and forth.
no, so I can mute myself if I want to. That's good to know.
Yeah. Jerry, I agree. Her bucket of paper is really cool. I have a little box. I'll show you in a minute. Here, I'll show you. See, mine's in a little box.
Well, at the end of my live stream last night, I went through and grabbed out of my scrap boxes and grabbed all of my underpaper type scraps, and then and put them in this box. And then today, while I was watching some other people do videos, I tore them up into strips.
I was going to say yours are all torn into strips. I did not tear mine into strips, so I'm having to tear as I go.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that Lori Marie had hers all torn into strips. And I thought that's a good idea. I'm gonna
Get it
I'm gonna copy
prepared.
her.
That's called preparation.
Sometimes, but I had a few minutes, so I went ahead and did it.
Holly, we're doing a little scrapbook. Let me see. Janet may have already answered. Yeah, it's a scrapbook. So what we're doing is laying down the background of the book. Um, she was using up, Lori Marie was using up the papers that were in her scrap bin and just randomly laid them on. She used playing cards. And then after these dry, we'll do the back sides, and then we're supposed to add images and things like that. Oh, Jerry wants to play.
Yay! Play, Jerry.
Now, you can see chat, can't you, Lisa?
Yeah, because I'm over in the other window.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll look at it every once in a while. Yes, Gloria, Lori Marie is very talented. I love how free she is with it too. She doesn't worry about anything. She just starts playing. And I'm not very good about that. It may look like that's all I do, but I really do try to think about things. So I'm trying to learn to not think about things so much.
Well, it used to be when I taught quilted clothing classes, and it was supposed to be scrappy looking.
Yeah.
For what they were doing, I would make them put their strips and stuff in a paper bag because people they just couldn't let go of trying to manipulate the strips to come out in a pattern. So
Right.
sometimes if you don't look at what you're grabbing and the rule is you have to use it, then sometimes it's easier. Oh, Janet's got eggshells drying, Lisa.
Oh, cool. I boiled me some eggs and ate them for lunch today so I could get eggshells.
I haven't watched that video yet. We were kind of busy. My sister got in this morning, so it was kind of wild. She called and said we're here, and within 2 minutes she was calling and telling me their luggage had already been brought out, which that's not normal. So but my niece did not fare well. Apparently the trip did not go real well.
Oh.
She was nauseous the whole time, and they have to change planes 3 times, so
that does not help.
Somebody sent me this cute little piece of wrapping paper in Happy Mail, and I cannot remember who it was.
Oh, I love your scraps going striping all the way across. I like that.
Well, remember that when it won't do that when we cut them up.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I like it then too, but it just looks cool.
Uh-huh. I like it. It looks like a big sheet of scrapbook paper.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa can see and you can't. That's right. Oh, let me see here.
So you were back on there for a minute. Because I'm looking at what they see.
There we go. And I have one section done. Oh no, I fibbed. I have a whole line down there that's not done. Golly. I love the quilt magazines for all these pieces of color.
Okay. Just be still, Cubby. Relax. I'm gonna see if I can get this
Oh,
off
wait a
of
minute.
here.
Don't lift it up until everybody. Are you back on there? Yes, you're back on there.
Not anymore.
Okay. I don't know why it keeps changing. There we go. Okay, Lisa's got a set done, guys. Are you seeing them?
So there's one side of them. Now I'm going to lift this up and see if I can get it loose.
They're seeing me, not you. There we go. Now they're seeing you. But we're not going to do the backside until we're going to do the next batch, right? We're going to do the backside until this dries.
It gets glued down.
Yeah.
So I picked it up and I'll okay.
Patricia Stubbs is here. Hello.
Hi, Patricia.
And Zoe's here. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
Okay, I am going to show you mine so I can lift it up. I'm going to lift it up. That worked good.
It's pretty.
Oh, I forgot to get out a place to sit them. Oh. You do have to move them around a little.
I might feel guilty about it, Jerry, about ripping up quilting magazines if I didn't have 25 of them that somebody gave me specifically to do whatever I wanted to in my art with them.
And not anymore, Jerry. I learned that keeping magazines forever and ever just, really didn't do me any good. I had the first bead and button ever printed, and I got rid of them before we moved to from South Dakota. It was just too much stuff.
We're doing this better and faster than I thought we would.
Well, I think it's just being, I think taping them together was a good idea, for one, and just not worrying about them. How's everybody else doing that's playing along? Yeah, Jerry, I know.
Well, we're not cutting up your quilts, Jerry, just magazines.
Susan, I have an entire box of teen magazine that we found at Jeff's dad's house that are just as yellow as you could be. That's doing okay, and Patricia's doing okay with hers.
Yay. I'm glad y'all are
And
playing along.
Laura's about 3/4 of the way done with her first side. So
Mine are probably all going to look kind of the same because I've got all my strips are kind of similar.
and Mary says that she's on the front of her first set, but Mary, I've only done 4, so see, you're ahead of me. I just don't usually put Mod Podge on such a big chunk at one time.
Well, I tried putting Mod Podge all over it and then trying to put them down, but it dried before I could get back.
Yeah.
So I decided this time I'm just going to put it where I'm going. So it won't have 50 layers of Mod Podge like that first one.
Well, I think that's why hers sounds so clunky. That when she taps on things, it's all clunky.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but okay. Barbara's here too.
Hi, Barbara.
And Don's busy. Yeah, Jerry, I thought about doing index cards, but I thought I want to do something recycled. So I decided I would do these. You know, that seems to be my theme right now, is recycled. Mary's using index cards, if you didn't see that.
Oh, cool.
Lisa?
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
No, she said not index cards. I think she said flashcards.
Oh, okay. Well, flashcards are cool too.
Yeah, Jerry, I think this is great. Use it up kind of thing. Well, hello, Beverly Hills Crafting. We are doing a scrappy book. Right now, we're putting backgrounds on some, what do we call this? Pages. Each of these little things is supposed to be a page. Lisa is using
cards from a game.
Cards from a game, and I am using Lipton soup boxes. And we're using our scrap papers out of our scrap box.
Uh-oh.
And I'm surprised that I just painted is watercolored, so it's really funny because I expected it to bleed all over and it's not.
Were you hoping it would?
No, I just expected it to. I wasn't going to worry about it, but I expected it to.
Well, most of my stuff is just wipe-off paper and a few jelly prints.
Well, I have a lot of magazine paper in there too.
I thought about magazine paper, and then I decided I've been saving this stuff for something. I need to use it. So
Yep. Oh, Becky's making circles.
cool.
That'll be cool for hers. Yep.
I can't wait to see. Everybody's got a post. We want to see what you do.
Yes, Susan. Lori Marie used playing cards. And the cards that Lisa's using are pretty small. These boxes are pretty good sized.
The only main difference that makes is that you'll need a little bit bigger focal points than I will.
Yeah, and I kind of had a plan. So Holly says she threw away flashcards. Oh, that was sad, wasn't it?
I had a whole bunch from homeschooling, and I sold them in a garage sale. And I thought, oh, I wish I had kept those,
Mm-hmm. See what you get when you clean out?
I know. That's why I don't do that anymore. That's not true. I'm trying to clean out now, but I'm having a hard time letting go of stuff.
I hope that goes real well tomorrow, Becky. We want to hear right away. Holly, I find a lot of flashcards at the thrift store. I'm trying to figure out, Lisa, why your brush goes chunk 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 chunk.
Because I'm beating it. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm pushing down with it too hard. I'm trying to get the wrinkles out.
Oh,
So I'm really pushing down hard with it.
I don't think she worried about wrinkles.
Well, I'm having trouble not worrying about wrinkles.
Uh-huh.
This is so much fun. It's almost like having you in my craft room.
It is more fun when you can talk to the other person and they're not just in chat.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Are you wanting back out, Cubby? Just a minute.
You know, this box is so deep that I'll never get all this stuff used.
When I was first thinking about this, I was thinking it'd be better to just do, all of them at once. And then I thought, no, then you don't have dry time.
Right. Well, and not only that, mine are too big.
Yeah.
But you do have to kind of have dry time for the back side.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan's saying something about her face is textured. Hello, Malaya.
Oh, they're only worried about wrinkles on them, but they don't worry about it because it's extra texture.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't worry about wrinkles either. I figure I earned them.
Well, I have had gray hair since I was 12, so
what's a few wrinkles?
What's a few wrinkles? Yeah, it just makes me look like I belong. Oh, Carol. If I say this wrong, I apologize. It's Carolonia.
Carlana?
Yes, you're right. Carlana.
Hi, Carlana. It's good to have you here.
Yeah. And if we miss somebody, we are desperately sorry because we just are playing around. We're having too much fun playing. We're not paying attention to anybody. Okay, I need another strip up there. Well, this one ought to work. I have 8 done, Lisa.
Yay! And you're doing 12?
Yeah.
Well, you're doing good.
Yeah, I think so. Of course, I used some big pieces on this one.
Yeah.
I'll show y'all, and then I'm going to put you back on Lisa because I need to. I'm going to have to get out something to put these down on the floor on.
Uh-oh.
Creative Wings is here.
Hi, Rosie. It's good to see you.
That's the second 4.
Looks good.
Now, let me find something to put them down on. This gigantic table, and I'm forever having to put stuff down on the floor.
Well, I have stuff all over the floor all the time, so.
Yeah, but is your table 4 feet by 8 foot, Lisa?
No.
Yeah, see?
But I have a 4 foot, no, it's 3 by 3, I think, this table.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a 3 foot by 6 foot table. And then I have a 4 foot by 4 foot table. And then I have a desk. So.
Well, we about have the same number of spaces. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just all full of stuff.
Hi, Christy. Guys, another thing is that this time of night I can't see the screen very well. So if I mispronounce or say it wrong, I apologize. We have a bunch of people I don't recognize, Lisa. Have you noticed that?
I have. We have some people I don't recognize either, but I'm glad they're here.
And Kathy Whitney's here. So guys, if we've missed you and you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Be sure and subscribe to both our channels so you can come back next week.
Right. And
next week we're going to do another one. I mean, the finishing touch. We're going to finish it.
Yeah. But we're going to finish it over on Lisa's channel.
That's true. I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah.
So make sure that you know Lisa's channel too, because, and I will put a link later. I couldn't reach it to put the link in tonight. This computer doesn't behave quite as well as the other one when you're trying to open and close everything. So I put the name of Lisa's channel in the description, but I will put a link in the description as soon as the video uploads, or maybe first thing in the morning.
Sometime before next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Malaya says sometimes she doesn't recognize herself. Lisa, the washi tape was such a good idea. It does make it so much easier.
It does. It helps a lot. I just happened to have seen Heather's video about those ATCs in the last couple of weeks, or I might not have.
Okay, Susan. Okay, Becky, I think just posted your channel, and Susan was going to try to post it too. So.
Okay, thank you guys.
Mm-hmm. And Carlona. Say that for me again, Lisa.
Carlana.
Carlana. Thank you, Carlana. That's probably what it is.
Well, I hope I'm right.
I hope so too. That's partially because I usually do my lives on Sunday afternoon, and I don't usually do evenings, and that's maybe why you haven't caught me before. Thank you, Janet and Becky, both for posting that. If I had thought about it ahead of time, I'd have gotten it done when I should have. I'd have done it on the other computer before I got on.
You can only do so many things.
Well, I had a half an hour.
And then I said, let's go on early so we can make sure we've got everything figured out.
Which was
and I cut it down for you.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I was piddling around. I could have gotten on sooner and done it. I just didn't think about that part of it. I like how sometimes you can take one whole piece and go all the way across.
Let's see, that's what you can do if you don't prepare in advance and chop them all up in little pieces.
Yeah.
And since I got all prepared, I can't do that.
Thanks, Janet. It was so funny this afternoon. My sister was saying that my niece has no desire to go to the beach, which I was like, okay, that's fine by me because, we've not been to the beach in probably twice in 2 years. We live right here, but neither one of us are really into the beach.
If I could go to a beach where there were not a bunch of people, I would like to go.
Well, then come here in the winter time, Lisa, and visit me, and I'll take you to the beach, and there won't be a lot of people.
All right. I wish I could. That'd be fun.
We wanted to take them out to Fort Pickens, but of course, with the shutdown, that fort's closed. So.
Okay, I finished the front of the second one.
Oh, awesome.
Now I gotta see if I can lift it up before it petrifies onto the.
Becky says another thing we have in common. You know, I don't know how we managed to not be sisters, Becky, but I don't know because I don't really have as many things in common with my sister. You guys do know that Lisa Conway is my sister's name, right?
Is
I'm
that
not.
the sister that's here visiting or your other sister?
That's my sister that's here visiting.
Well, tell her I said hi.
We,
I've I've commented a few times when she, back and forth when she has on some of your streams, but um, I had forgotten that. Okay.
well, Becky and I keep finding these really odd things that we are all totally alike about, or have totally in common, like our husbands' names are the same, and just a lot.
Okay, I'm going to have to dry a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can figure out how to mute myself.
Yeah. Well, you're what you call. I'll go back to me while you're drying, and let me see if I can mute yourself. Okay, let me see. I'm going to try it, Lisa. Wave at me, and when you get back, I don't know if it's muted or not, guys. You'll have to tell us.
Is it muted? Can you hear me? Okay.
Well, you might be right. We might be the same person in a parallel universe. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Becky? No, Lisa, it's not muted. Oh well.
I'll mute it.
Okay. Another thing about doing a bunch of things at the same time is that you're going to end up with bits of the same color and stuff on more than one page, which is kind of nice because it kind of ties the pages together. Oh, Janet, I'm sorry. Thank you, Janet. These are backgrounds for a little book. That's right. We're using our scrap bins and making background papers for a book. And this one has some interesting pieces in it that I thought would be fun to put over the top of other stuff. Yeah, we're if we do one page, one set at a time, it's a scrappy book, and if we do multiple pages at a time, then go back and do the back side. That way these front sides can have time to dry a little bit. At least that's the plan anyways. Lisa found she was having to dry. Oh, Lisa's back. Can we hear you now, Lisa?
Okay. I forgot that I needed to unmute myself. I just remembered you said wave.
She's waving at me and I can't hear her. Oh well.
Oh well. Well, when I tried to take the washi tape off the back, it tore the page. So I'm just going to leave it on there.
Okay. That's good washi tape.
Okay. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to be working on the back. I don't know why, because it's just like working on the front, but
I can't wait to see Becky's with circles.
yeah, me either. That's going to be fun. I guess I feel like since I got the front part done, I've accomplished something already.
There you go. Beth said she used masking tape and left it on too.
All right. Well, Beth and I are going to be in the same boat, whatever happens here. Hopefully it'll be good.
Jerry, if you're still here, you know the other thing I tear up is my mom's embroidery magazines. Yeah. Those machine embroidery magazines that she gets every couple months, I tear them up too. As soon as she's done with all the articles, she'll bring them to me and I tear them up. So bad.
Well, that's better than throwing them away, which is what a lot of people do.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of like somebody said something about books. I can't tell you how many books from the book sale this weekend will end up in the dump.
Yeah. My son works for the public libraries here in town, and before he actually started working there, he volunteered, and he volunteered in the basement, and that's where they unload all the books and get them all ready and repair them and all that stuff. And one of his jobs was to take the books that they didn't think were good enough to put in a book sale and put them in the dumpster.
Yep.
And he was always bringing home books. Mom, I just had to rescue this one. And so he knew what kind of things I was looking for, you know. He would bring one home. He says, I know it's ugly, Mom, but that's the kind you like, right? I'm like, yes, that's the kind I like. So, but he found some of the, some things he liked and that they just decided were too, had been around too long or too old or whatever. And he rescued some of those. So anyway, that was the hardest part of the job for him, was having to throw books away.
Did you just see what Jerry posted?
Oh, no.
Read her comment. She's jelly.
You were jelly? Well, I'm glad you started one. Then you don't have to be jelly. We don't like anybody being jelly. We'd a lot rather have everybody play along.
Or like Elizabeth last night said that she was our cheerleader. So
yeah, we don't mind cheerleaders. But we don't. If anybody wants to play, we want them to.
I like cheerleaders. Okay.
And there are times when I want to be the cheerleader and not the one doing stuff. So I understand that too.
Well, usually by evening time, I'm toast. So
yeah. Well, I usually am all active when it's my live stream, and when it's somebody else's in the evening, I sit in bed down because I've already done mine for the week.
Well, like Jerry said, she's usually in bed by now.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you stayed up to be with us, Jerry.
Okay, Christy's having trouble buffering. Christy, if you watch what Janet and Janet says, because if you do change your settings, it usually helps. Oh, I have to show you this page, Lisa. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I pulled it just for the color of it.
Oh, that is gorgeous. I love the ice.
Yeah, I thought it was just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, you have to use that.
Jerry says she turns into a potato at 7. We had a small dinner. Jeff's got another migraine, so we didn't have a big dinner. So, which was probably a good thing.
I'm sorry, he's got a migraine. I dealt
Yeah.
with it for so long. I know how horrible that is.
Well, they started a couple years ago when we had the wreck, and I don't know if it's the stress or if it's something else. We have a new doctor appointment next week, so it's been hard to get a doctor here. That's been a problem.
Well, I hope you'll get some answers. It's really
Well,
hard to get answers about headaches.
they gave him pills, but they take it down, but they don't make it go away.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
Okay. I'm about to get the third panels done, guys. Well, I was talking to Jerry earlier, and I was up early this morning. We had to get Lisa from the airport, so I got up kind of early. But I don't sleep much at night either. Jerry says she doesn't sleep much at night. It's been better the last couple of weeks, but I do like this thing where I don't have to worry about which page I'm on.
Yeah. They're just whatever they are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Malaya's got children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember the stage when my children were the reason I was up.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Mine did not sleep at all for a long time, so
Yeah, my daughter was that way. She slept about a half an hour every once in a while throughout the day and the night, and that was it till she was 2.
Brandon was 4 before he slept, but it was because he's allergic to food.
Yeah, that was a lot of her problem too.
Uh-huh.
She was just so miserable all the time she couldn't sleep.
Well, milk dairy makes Brandon absolutely unbelievably hyper. A piece of pizza would keep him awake for 2 days.
Wow.
So, yeah. It wasn't pleasant. And it was so funny how much it changed in a matter of just days when we found out what was wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how it was with Hannah. She didn't talk or anything until we got that taken care of, and then she started talking in sentences.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's she allergic to, Lisa?
Oh, she was allergic to everything. And she still has issues with milk and and wheat. So if she eats wheat, bothers her more than sugar does, as far as you were talking about the hyper thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when we started eating keto, um, it affected her amazingly. She was like, "Wow, Mom, this is great."
Yeah. Joan, I just have whatever's in there. And some of these scraps, actually, that blue piece somebody sent me, and this piece, this I think came from Mag's Locksley in New Zealand, and I didn't see you come in. So hello. Brandon's allergic to about 15 different foods, and of all things, goat's milk. So he can't have.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But he's also allergic to eggs, wheat, rye, barley, buckwheat, all of those. But the worst thing was bananas and blueberries.
Yeah. Well,
Because
the only
you think you're feeding them good, and you end up you're not.
yeah, the only thing Hannah's allergic to that is dangerously allergic is watermelon.
Well, and
She
see,
just touches it and she whelps up. She doesn't even have to eat
Brandon,
it.
Brandon doesn't have any of that kind of. Brandon's more susceptible to things than to seriously allergic, I think
Yeah.
you'd call it. Thank heavens he's not allergic to peanuts or anything like that.
Yes, because that can be really dangerous.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was done, and I've got a big old chunk right there I missed.
Well, you found it though.
Yeah, probably would have found it when I went to put my thingies on it. Apples are one food, Zoe, that most people are not allergic to, believe it or not. They if they think that children are allergic to food and whatnot, they'll start them on rice and apples.
And pears.
Pears, that's another one, yeah.
Yeah. Rice, pears, sweet potatoes. That's about all Hannah could have for a while. So when she was little.
Well, it took me a long time and the right doctor, but when we found the right doctor, he sent some blood work off, and they did a test that at that time was real new. And he said, I don't know if your insurance company is going to pay for it. And I said, I don't care. If I can find out what's wrong with my kid, our insurance company did pay for it, but oh, that was way too big. The results I got back were very interesting. I had like pages and pages of information. Okay, I got those four done. Yeah, and Melissa, sometimes food can cause that kind of stuff too. Oh, Zoe, it's probably something they're putting on the apples, not the apples, really. I'm allergic to things that like lettuce that's got stuff on it. I can't. It's not an allergy. It's an intolerance. I'm going to show you guys mine so I can pull it off again.
Yay!
4 more pages done, so I have all 12 pages covered on one side.
We're doing good. It's only 8 o'clock.
There you go. Oh. But that's still sticky, so I think I'm going to cut some images out. Uh-oh, that's not how you put that back together, Tanya. I'm going to work on some images while the first one dries a little bit more. Otherwise, I would have to go see if I could find my heat tool.
Are you going to do fussy cut images or
I have some that I'm going to do that with. Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know that I have all my images.
Well, I have enough that are not fussy cut images that I could just do what I've got.
Uh-huh.
But I'm planning to try to find a few that are, fussy cut kind of images.
Yeah.
So it'll be a variety of things. And
well, and I want to put in some more background, like book page and stuff like that too.
yeah.
So, yeah, Joan, there's all kinds of dust. You know that? Um, my son, we thought he was terribly allergic to the cat. We had a cat when he was tiny. It darn near killed him. Well, it ended up he was allergic to the litter, the dust from the litter. Becky, she didn't use a theme on hers. Um, on this particular book, she didn't have a theme.
She just found images she liked.
Mm-hmm. So the big thing was Lisa's finding little images.
Yeah.
That was. Oh, and I have these. I'll show them to you in just a second.
Oh, a leaf.
A leaf?
I almost put the leaf down, but I'm gonna leave it up.
Okay.
It'll get all covered up by gesso probably anyway, but I'll know it's there.
And I may do some odd things with my images too. Yeah, Janet, using up what we have. I was going to show you these funny things I have, Lisa, that I'm going to use.
Okay.
I cut these little pieces of paper.
Oh,
Off of what was it? Some invoices I had. They didn't cut off. They ripped off. They have little dots in them. Little
that's
holes.
cool.
So I want to put them on too, but I think I'm going to wait to put them down until I put my images down to make it more like they're part of the image.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's, they're all kind of bright, Joan. Holly, I'm not sure about gesso. This book, she didn't use any gesso in.
Yeah, she did.
She did on this one?
Yeah, she put a stencil down and gessoed real lightly on top of the stencil.
Oh, to give it a background?
Yeah, to kind of cut back the colorfulness,
Okay. All right. Well, and that I can see might be good. Because then you would have your images would show up better.
Right.
So.
But it was a really light dose.
Well, and if she put it through a stencil, it's going to create
just more texture.
More texture, yeah. And Lisa, I may do some images on my front page tonight instead of worrying about the back pages. I'm going to see, because they might get being bored with us doing our little collages, but I guess if they are, then they won't visit us. Are you guys getting bored? Well, I guess I missed that part about the gesso and the stencil, so I'll have to take a look at that, because I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah. Holly's not bored, so we're safe. As long as Holly's okay.
Okay. And see, some of my images can be pretty big too, Lisa, because I have
big pages.
Big pages, yeah.
Yeah.
So I may be going to do kind of a collage image kind of thing. I figured I had lots of scraps and stuff to use up.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that'll be good. Like I said, I may go ahead and fussy cut some stuff between now and next week and do some of both.
Yeah.
I want to do some of the windows.
Oh, yeah. I want to do some windows too.
That'll be fun.
Oh, and I have an idea. You know how she did? Okay, I can't remember. She used the bulldog clips in a book. I don't think she used the bulldog clips in this book. They would be too thick to put in the pages.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you one of my ideas for the for our totally junk journal.
Uh-huh.
And that's to do a page, and I'm going to use those metal things off the top of the cans, guys, to tie something in a window.
Oh, that'll be cool. I've been saving my things.
Yeah. And for some reason, it just didn't happen last week. I don't know what it was.
Don't fret. Last week was great.
Well, we had fun, and that's what matters. I have a lot of these little images too, Lisa, like these that I want to use. Give me a second, and I'll move us back. I keep losing my little cursor guy. These images that are like small, but you want to use the whole thing.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of those.
And I'm thinking I might use them layered over the top of a fussy cut image or under a fussy cut image or
Yeah, that would be
something.
good. I was
Something.
thinking with book pages would be good too with
Yeah.
those. Okay, I finished the back side of my first one.
Barry's too busy to be bored.
Well, that's good.
Jerry's working hard, I'm sure. Yes, like the soda can tabs, Joan. I'm gonna use them to hold hold an image in between in a window maybe. Beth, it's really hard to tell because it all depends on your images. If we've got 12 pages, 12 pages with two sides, oh, tabs. Oh, I don't think we're going to do that this Sunday, Beth. The little tabby things, because just save a handful. I don't think we're going to do that this Sunday because I'm going to be late. It will be another Sunday when we have a whole day. As far if that's what you were asking. Thank you, Janet. But if you're asking about the images, if I have 12 cards, I'm going to have 24 sides, 24 pages. So I'm going to have enough images to do something on 24 pages. And I just cut that out wrong. Lisa did a cute little book and used stamps. And Lisa, the images that are square or whole where you don't fussy cut them, they would be kind of like using a stamp.
Yeah, they would. That, and especially if you've got smaller ones.
Beth, try to get up a 6 to a dozen or so because I have a bunch of different ideas for those. Okay. So, if you've got a dozen of them, you'll have plenty. And I have had 2 or 3 different ideas, but I haven't had time to test them. And some of those things I need to test. I told Jerry last week I didn't even make a sample. Usually I don't make a whole sample, but I usually do test my plan, if that makes any sense. If I'm doing something that I think might or might not work, I usually test it. So I haven't had a chance to test anything. Oh, I have to tell you guys, Mom said she could read today. She sat down at the doctor's office and said she picked up a magazine, out of habit, and she could actually read it. So, yay! Yeah, that was a good thing. She said she wouldn't sit to read a book because she's afraid that she would cause too much eye strain. But at least she could read the magazine for that time she was in the doctor's office.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, because mom reads and does and sews, and that's, that's her thing. And without being able to read, she can't do either one very well.
Yeah. Well, my while we're giving good news, my stepfather, he broke his hip back in August.
Yes.
Well, they had signed up. I mean, just right before he broke his hip, they had signed up to go on a cruise, um, leaving tomorrow, and he got the okay that he can go on the cruise. So
Oh,
he's doing good
excellent.
enough. So yeah, he's walking with a cane, but they take good care of you on those things, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, my father-in-law goes on cruises all the time because I think because that his girlfriend's afraid to let him drive anymore when they go out some places. So, um, Jerry, you talking about mom? Yeah, because when that person stuck that needle in her, that doctor stuck that needle in her eye, I'd have freaked. Yeah, Joan, that is a horrible thing. Mom has something called histoplasmosis, and she has a hematoma on the back of her retina, on her or back in the back of her eye. So they're using medicine to shrink it. So, and since we're on good news, I'm going to share that we actually might be going to get something done about the RV.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Yeah, it was 2 years, January 12th, so it took them long enough, and we had to have a fight, but like this bird might sit on top of that bird's head. I don't know. You know how that goes. We'll we'll see when we, get in. And I don't know if you couldn't see that. You couldn't see the bird sitting on the head because I don't have you on me. I said this little tiny bird could sit on top of this bird's head.
Yeah, I
Okay.
could see it because I moved over and looked on the on the other channel, but
There
I couldn't see it. So I'm
like
glad you could.
that. But guys, I also got these books from my sister that have some really cool images, and somebody, and I can't tell you which one of these people. Yeah, Jared, it's been fantastic. Can we cut the? Oh, Beth, you can cut the cards apart whenever you want to, but you might find it easier to do the back sides like Lisa's doing with them stuck together. If you've got all your fronts and backs on, then it's time to cut them apart.
Wait till
Um,
they dried.
yeah, mine just weren't dry. Um, Somebody, and I think it might have been Joan. Um, I'm not going to tell you for sure. Told me that these were a subscription book that you got, and then the little sticky colored pictures you it came with the book, and you stuck them in.
Well, that's cool.
But there's some really cool images in here, and I mean there's some really like these ladies wearing these funny hats and stuff, and I might use some of those images, but I haven't decided yet. There's another one coming, Kathy. Did you see that, Lisa? Look what Kathy says, that good things come in threes, so there should be another one.
Another what? Another.
She said good things come in threes. So I've
Oh,
had
okay.
two. I've had two. So now I should have a third one.
All right. Well, I'm how old for you having a third one?
Well, it would be nice if my phone doesn't die. I've been having trouble with it for a week, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to go buy a new phone, which y'all know is not in my plan.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's never in my plan. I always do it when I have to.
yeah. Well, and Lisa, I have to buy mine. Um, my son and I are grandfathered in on a very old plan,
Uh-huh.
and because of it, we have totally unlimited data with no drop in in the new unlimited plans have a drop when you use so much data. They have a
Right.
drop in speed and stuff. Ours, they cannot drop our speed. So keeping the unlimited plan the way we have it, and Brandon and I use a lot of data. We're very bad children, but I work with my data. So when we lived in the camper, I used at one time I used 40 gigs in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a lot. So
I'm one of those boring people that only uses their um phone as a phone. I do
yeah,
sometimes do, if I'm out and I'm waiting on my kids somewhere, I'll once in a while I'll watch a YouTube video. But most of the time I call and text and I look stuff up if I need to know how to get somewhere or something. But
Jerry asked how much we're going to do tonight, and I think we're just going to stay until we get tired.
yeah,
What do you think, Lisa?
I think I'm all for that. I think
Okay.
when they get dry,
Mm-hmm.
she went ahead and put the stenciling on them while they were big.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then
Oh, and I just
she
told
tore
Beth
them
she
all
could
up.
take hers apart.
Yeah, don't take them apart. Don't take them apart.
Oh dear, Beth, I fibbed. Mary's going.
Bye,
Mary's
Mary.
waving at us. Bye, Mary. Mine are still too wet to turn over.
Well, you could. Oh, you don't have a heat gun though.
Yeah, I do. I just um they're watching you. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. So you have to watch the chat, Lisa.
Okay, I'll try. I've got it on here, so yeah, you stencil on both sides. Beth, you do it. Everything you do, you're doing on both sides because both sides are going to be pages. So start with you put your papers down on both sides, and then you stencil on both sides, and then you take it apart and make them into individual pages, and then you put your images on them at that point. I bet it will be unrecognizable. And if it's not, you can make it that way. Jerry, just go ahead and um, I think by the time you put gesso on it, it's gonna be kind of hard to recognize. Lori Marie said one time if she said she's letting this dry, it meant heat tool drying, unless you specifically cannot heat dry. Yeah. It depends on what I've got to do, whether I use the heat gun or not. I don't use it. Um, I use it on live streams and videos when I'm in a hurry, but sometimes it's nice to get a break, and so I don't use the heat gun just because I need to get away from what I'm doing for a little bit. But if I'm trying to get it done, I go ahead and use the heat gun. Hi, Barb. Well, I think we've decided we're going to hang around a little bit longer. So you can hang out with us and as long as you want to, Barb. I don't know how long we'll be going, but till Tanya gets tired. Trying to find a piece that'll go right there. Well, hello, Dirty Paintbrush. I know I should know your name because you've given it to me before, but I have forgotten. Can you give me your name again? Hi, Emma. It's good to see you. Is it Emma? Irma. Sorry. Chat's too far away. Glad you're here. We're having some crafting therapy. I'm glad you are bringing your crafting therapy too. Kim. Okay. I'm going to try to remember.
You guys will not believe it. I have my little slave working.
All right.
He's drying them for me in the other room.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't have any slaves.
yeah. I said, would he? I said, will you help me? And he said, okay.
Well,
Oh,
I hadn't thought to try that, but
hi, Kim. You have not thought to try the will you help me thing?
no, I haven't thought to try that.
Well, I get a lot of help around here. He would do even more if I asked him, but I try not to ask him because he does so much other stuff.
Yeah.
But he's just as good at cleaning bathrooms as I am.
Well, my husband does a lot of stuff around the house. I meant I haven't thought to ask him about helping me with art stuff.
Oh, well, just been helping with the art stuff for a long time, but see, he started doing shows with me. Oh, let's see, I can't remember. A while back, 10 years or so. I had to have some surgery.
Oh, uh-huh.
And it wasn't serious or anything, but for almost a year, I was tired after it. And so driving from in South Dakota, driving for 12 hours or 7 hours or whatever to get to a show and working a show and coming back, it was doing me in. So and my shows started to get bigger. So he started helping me with the shows, and he's gotten pretty good at doing lots of stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Lots of crafty things. So.
Well,
Hello, Peter.
I'm
It
getting a
is,
lot of this used up.
it is therapy, and tonight we're playing with glue, which is even better therapy. Yeah, Lisa, I didn't make a dent in my box.
Well, I'm proud of the dent I've made. Of course, I still got a bunch, but
Becky, have you got images that you think are going to have a theme? Because that would be cool too to you do something with some kind of theme. Well, hello, Barb. Oh, did 80 Doll come in? 80 Doll's here too.
hi, editor. Good to see you.
I was going to say, Susan, thank you, because I don't see a lot of thumbs up. There's 17 on my screen.
Yeah, that's what I see too.
Becky's punching a doodle sheet now. And Peter is from Australia.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Jerry, that huge bag of ugly scrap paper would work as your background, especially if we're going to put some stenciling over the top of it. Peter, what we are doing is we are making some little scrapbooks. And Lisa actually has what, nine cards underneath that?
Under here, yeah.
She's using 9 small cards, and I'm using, just a minute, I'll show you. I'm using cards that are the size of this Lipton soup box. Dry enough that they won't stick terrible to my sheet. So, oh, that'll work just fine.
This one will be a little bit better.
Okay, well, then I have that one right there. Thank you. See, so it starts out as multiple pages, and what we're doing is we're putting down a background, and then we're going to turn these into little books. Uh-oh, they're not supposed to fall down.
We're going to tear them apart, back apart into little pages again.
Yeah, we're going to tear them apart. Eventually.
Once we cover them up and they dry.
yeah, cover them up, and then we dry them, and then I don't know. First we put them together, then we glue on them, then we cut them up, then we dry, then we're cutting them up again. So I don't know. It may be a lesson in patience or futility.
It's kind of like getting wool ready to spin.
Yeah.
First you clean it, and then you fluff it out, and then you twist it together, and then
yeah, Becky, I'll tell him when he comes back in here. But he's awful good to me, guys. He really is. Of course, I am still working, and he's retired, so there is that. But he almost always vacuums for me. So that's a really good thing, because I hate to vacuum.
yeah. My back won't let me vacuum very good, so.
Yes, and that's mine too, Lisa. Now it's better, but it's still one of those things that bothers it.
Yeah. So right now my son does the vacuuming.
Well, that's good too. See, we don't have any kidlets at home anymore, so.
Yeah. Well, I told the kids when they were little they were going to learn how to do everything they needed to do before they left the house. So.
Lisa, are you paying attention to chat?
Oh, I missed.
Look at what Becky says.
Oh, you saw bags of raw wool. Cool. Where did you see them at, Becky? Were they selling them or what? That's cool.
Peter, the little sorry. This is a hangout. That's how come I'm switching back and forth between Lisa and myself. And Lisa will be hosting the hangout next week. So, girls, if one of you, Janet, Becky, somebody, one of you would post Lisa's channel again for those that came in later. Since Lisa's channel will be the one that's that we finish up on. And yes, thank you, Susan. I'm live on Sundays at noon, usually. I just hope, Lisa, that I can find the edges in this thing when I get this all together.
Yeah, well, I'm playing with mine right now, and I can pretty easy, so I bet you'll be able to.
Okay.
I'm going to mute myself and dry a little bit here.
Okay. Lisa, or Adidel, she might be using painted paper. You guys are watching me right this minute, though. So I'm not sure which piece you saw. Okay, Jerry, good night. We'll talk soon.
Okay, I unmuted for a minute to answer Adidol's question. Some of these are jelly prints, and some of them are under papers, but yeah, they're all painty papers except the music paper is alcohol ink. So everything I'm using is something that's got paint on it. I'm back to muting now.
Okay. Joan, my pieces are about 4 3/4 by 5. I'm using big pieces. The original book that we saw, she used playing cards that were, 2 or by 3.5 or so. Lisa is using some cards that I think are on the 3-inch range, not quite 3 inches square. And but I just wanted to use these Lipton soup boxes. This is what I'm using, is a Lipton soup box, the front and back of it. And Jeffrey, Becky said to tell you thank you. She said thank you to you for doing that for me so that we could go on to the next step because it wasn't getting dry very fast. Thank you. Because I got to turn it over and do the back side.
Blue's a good color, Peter. Blues and greens are my favorite colors. So, and my cardboard pieces are 3 by 3.5.
Okay, that's what we were just discussing.
Yeah.
Peter, I think that a lot of us like blue because it's very calming. Now, I use lots and lots of colors in beads, but I don't like yellow. It's one of those, I don't know why I don't like yellow, but I do not like yellow. I have no idea why. I am never going to use up this whole box of paper. Earlier I think somebody asked what kind of glue we were using, and I'm not sure I answered them. I'm using Mod Podge mixed with Elmer's glue all. Sorry.
And I'm using Elmer's glue all with a little bit of water. That's what I always use instead of Mod Podge because it's not sticky.
Well, and that's it. I did not realize that the glue was not sticky until Susan told us that if you put the glue in the Mod Podge, then it's not sticky. And you can buy. Do you get it at the hardware store, Lisa?
No, I bought it back at the beginning of the school year, not this year, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Target had the Elmer's glue all a gallon for $12.98.
Wow.
So I bought it then because that was a good price. That was cheaper than I could get it at Hobby Lobby. So even with a coupon, I couldn't get it that cheap at Hobby Lobby at that time.
Well, you can buy it at places like Home Depot, right?
I didn't know that, but I will look there next time because I'm down to the last sixth of the jar. So I'm going to have to start thinking about it. I'm looking at my pages here and I'm thinking we really need to let this really dry good before we tear it apart.
I think so.
So I think doing the stenciling on it and then stopping is probably where we need to go.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do anyway.
Well, we can always work on images and stuff too if you want to stay on a play.
Do lots of other stuff, but
I have no idea what time it is either.
It's 8:41 right now in Texas.
And that's what time it is in the Panhandle of Florida too.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we're in the same time. That helps.
Yeah, we're there's only about 3 counties that have this time zone.
Now I've got to decide what stencil I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use that one because I just got it. I haven't got to play with it a bunch yet, and I like it. So this is a Patty Polly Parish stencil by Joan Smithy.
Lisa, read chat for a minute.
Okay.
Maria says she got hers on Black Friday for $8.99.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and they're not the place to get that glue like that because I think I saw the gallon for $24 $4.99 or something like that at those places when I was looking. And then when I was at Target and it was $12.99, I just bought it.
Okay, and I missed something, Barb. I don't know exactly why I'm playing craps.
Okay, I missed that too.
She says I could use some craps if I wanted to. Yeah, Beth, that's right. Once it dries now, like Lisa said that she's going to put the gesso on it first. Scraps. Okay, autocorrect is very interesting, isn't it, Barb? Oh, uh-oh. Mm.
Okay, now I got to find my gesso.
I thought that's what I was doing, Barb, is putting scraps in there. I had to go get more gesso because my bottle's almost empty after doing that December challenge book.
Oh, I was hoping I had a bigger sponge than these little makeup sponges to put gesso on with, but
Lisa,
that's all I can find.
Mark is coming to live in your shack, in your craft shack.
Okay. Well, it doesn't have a bathroom, Mark, so you have to be prepared for that. I told my son he could move out here if he wanted to, and I'd put because he wanted some privacy. I'd put my craft room in his bedroom, because actually, believe it or not, this room is it's about the same width, but a little bit longer than his bedroom. And he said, no, I need to be by the bathroom.
Well, he's a smart child. That's
He is. He didn't want to come in the middle of the night into the house through the snow or whatever and have
yeah. Yeah, that is a smart child.
It's only about 15 feet to the door, from the door to the next door. So it's not that big of a deal, but okay.
Well, that is when we were in South Dakota, that's why I moved my studio from a absolutely wonderful space in the barn to in the basement, because I got really tired of dressing in every layer of clothing that I could get on to go back in the house just to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa, who makes that stencil?
This is a Patty Tolley Parrish stencil, and the design was by Joan Smithies. It's called JS002 Bubble Circles. And I can only tell you that because I haven't done anything on the back of it yet, and I can still see it. It won't be long, and I won't be able to tell anybody anymore. But
Jerry, you remember that when you say that, you might end up with a whole bunch of us sitting at your house. Jerry's got room for us all.
I would love to come over, Jerry. That would be so much fun. Okay, I need to find a little something. I've got this thing of gesso, and it's so big, I'm not going to. Well, I could just dip my sponge in it. That would probably be easier. I'm just going to try that. And then I'll pat it out on this. Okay, let's see if that. I think I got it a little too much to begin with, and so it's too dark, but hers was a pretty light coat.
I have to go and see who people can see every so often. Oh, Jerry's gone to bed. Uh-oh.
Night, Jerry.
Sleep well.
So are you still watching in bed, or are you just...
I watch videos, YouTube videos, so that I can go to sleep.
Oh, I wish that would help me. It doesn't. If I'm watching something, I don't go to sleep till it's over.
Oh,
I've never
no.
gone to sleep reading a book or watching a movie, or it just doesn't work for me.
Oh, watching a movie, I don't. And reading a book, I don't. But I can watch YouTube videos and go to sleep. So don't ask why. I don't know.
I might could go to sleep watching Peter Draws.
Oh, uh-huh.
He has the most amazing voice, and everything's so calming. Or maybe Carla Caged Fish. She has a nice voice too, the relaxing voice that I like to watch her when I'm just trying to relax. But I don't go to sleep.
Um, $80 gonna beat us to Jerry's house. She's already running.
Oh no. Okay. Well, we're gonna be behind because we're working hard here.
Patricia's tissue paper? You mean Lori Marie? I don't know. I don't know if she used any tissue paper or not.
She does on a lot of projects, but I don't remember using any on this one.
I don't
Doesn't
see
mean
why
she...
you couldn't. It might not add a lot of weight to your pages, but I don't see why you couldn't use it. I have some spots I think are going to pull up a little bit.
Excuse me. I'm going to mute for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jerry brings her iPad to bed. I take my phone but I have a phone that's pretty big. I have a Note. And it's an old one, so it's pretty big. We were discussing that today. It's about 8 years old, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think she used a bunch of penny paper, Patricia.
Okay, I've got one of them stenciled on.
Can you just a minute? Let me go back to you, and so I can we can show them. Just a minute.
All right.
There you go.
So it's I think it looks pretty good. It's still kind of bright, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna I dried it a little bit too, so I'm gonna go on and turn it over and do the other side now. Well, you can tell a big difference if you look at this and if you look at this.
Oh yeah, it's a big difference, but I really like the gesso. I like the gesso on there though, Lisa.
Yeah, once you put the gesso on, you think, oh, it's still real bright, but when you turn it over, you can tell it's really not. Okay.
Peter, my father, for years and years and years, did the most amazing needlework, and he did beautiful, beautiful needlework. there are actually pieces hanging at the house. The other day I told my mother that which one was mine, you know how that goes. We have several pieces. He also quilted, and I think he could knit, but he never did a lot of knitting. He just didn't like it. So you ought to take up crochet again because, quite frankly, there's a lot of men here in the States, at least, that crochet all the time.
And knit.
Yes, and knit.
Yeah.
Stitches, there was, when we would do stitches, I don't know, Lisa, if you knew that. I used to sell at Stitches. And I don't know if you know about Stitches, but it's a knitting convention.
Oh no, I knew you did sewing and stuff, but I didn't know you did that.
I sold beads at the convention.
Okay.
Is what I did. And the because knitter I sold beads, they used them as buttons and all kinds of things. And there was a lot of men that were involved, and teachers, and some of the most amazing teachers were men. Some of the wildest, funnest stuff.
We have in our guild, our weaving guild, we have a couple of men who weave and spin, and they're very the guy who does the weaving. He is so good. Goodness, he does beautiful, beautiful work. But I wish we had more, if because it would be nice to have more guys involved. But
It would. My chat is scrolling by so fast.
ooh, I like this side even better.
Becky, are you guys expecting bad weather? I didn't see. Yes, Peter, art is also very good therapy. I'm not sure, but oh, yeah, well, he won't be that upset if he finds something. If they find something, Becky, he'll be glad he did it.
I'm gonna mute and do some drying.
Okay. I'm almost finished with the backside of one thing. I found a little hole. That's my dab it on method right there. How's everybody doing, Beth? How are you doing? And if you're still here, I'm not sure who all's still here. That's sweet of you to say, Janet. It's bad when your baby wipe gets so covered with glue you can't use it. Yeah, Becky, don't worry. You know, the worry is not going to help. If they find something, then you can. Beth is recalculating. She's stenciled with paint. Okay, Becky. Did Scott go to work tonight? That is so sweet of you, Janet. This has just been absolutely amazing to have all of you around. I'll tell you what, Becky, when my husband puts socks on, it's cold here. He put socks on earlier. That's not normal. Okay. Well, Peter, I'm glad you popped in. Have fun. Come visit us again.
Bye-bye, Peter.
Lisa's back.
I'm back. Okay, I'm ready to gesso my second page. Oh, this is going faster than I thought it would.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's not.
Well, maybe I had less expectations than you did.
Well, I also had bigger pages, and I knew it was going to take me longer because I had bigger pages.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just wanted to use it, so that's okay with me.
I think it's fine.
I do too.
It's not a race.
Well, and not only that, as long as they're having fun, that's all that matters.
That's right.
And they're over there visiting, and I'm kind of ignoring them. I can't watch the chat fast enough. It seems to be disappearing.
Yeah. When you look up and everything.
Thank you, Jerry. That would be nice if you haven't given us a thumbs up, we would appreciate it. And make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to Lisa's channel so that next week you get notice that we're on over there.
Yes, I'm very, very glad we're doing the gesso. Very,
Yeah,
very
I
glad.
think the gesso really does add a lot to it. I'm going to have to see what kind of a stencil I have, though, that will work, that I'm going to like. I don't have a lot of stencils. That's one of the things I should actually put on my list of things to look for,
Yeah.
Things to keep in mind when I'm spending my Christmas money and stuff like that. I wanted embossing folders the other day because of that, the brown paper bag stuff that we had been doing that makes the leather look.
Right.
I had so much fun with that a lot of my embossing folders are like corners and stuff.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I wanted some more overall patterns, full size overall patterns. So that's what I got. And I was lucky in that Tuesday morning had a bunch. So.
Oh, that's good. Well, I got everything they had the last time I was there, and I think they're completely phasing out the craft department at our Tuesday morning. So,
Becky, I don't think there's any minimum number of pages because it's all about how thick you want your book. Now she used a Coptic binding. I'm going to use a different kind of binding. So, I'm sorry, Lisa. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So it really depends on how many pages you want in it and how thick you want it.
yeah, I think she used 15 pages. I'm using 18.
Okay, well, I may have to make a few more, but I just made 12 for tonight. And you know what? Since I'm using these big paper, you could use one big sheet of cardboard and then cut it apart.
Yeah, you could. I think the only bad thing about that would be that the way she did it, she bended them back and forth, and then she kind of ripped them apart.
Yeah,
Edges were grungy all the way around.
right,
And if you cut them, you wouldn't have that. But other
right,
than that, if you don't care about that, then a big piece of board would work fine.
right.
I'm going to mute and dry so I can turn it over here.
Okay. Ew, yuck, Jerry. That sounds nasty. Thank you, Janet. And Laura's only using 10 pages. So, I think it just really depends on how many pages you want and how thick it is too, Becky, because mine is going to be thicker with this cardboard than the playing cards probably are going to be. I don't know. It's hard telling. Good night, Joan. Um, Beth, it is Lori Marie Jenkins' video. And did I post a link in the group? Lisa, didn't I post a link in my group for the video?
Yeah, when you talked about us doing it,
Yeah,
the link was on there.
So Beth, there is a link over in the group for the video. If Janet's not so fast that she hasn't gotten it for you already, or Susan. Susan may be gone to bed. I'm not sure. Good night, Joan.
I almost wish I decided to use
Somebody
two
named
stencils.
Dana is here, and I'm not sure who that is. Hello to whoever popped in. Lori Marie, and Janet's getting the link. Janet just gave you the link, Beth. Jerry just posted a picture of her bed. What did you say, Lisa, that I interrupted?
Oh, that's okay. I just said I kind of wish I'd used two stencils now, one on one side and one on the other,
On
so
the other? Mm-hmm.
pages wouldn't all be the same. But now I've done all of them except this one side, so I might as well keep them all the same. No, I think I'm going to change just for kicks.
Okay.
I can do that.
Dana, I'm not sure if you've been here before, but hello, hello. It's Lori Marie Jenkins, and I don't know the date of the video, but Janet just posted you a link, Beth. I hope that'll work. So let's see what stencil Lisa's using this time. I forgot to check. Ooh, that's pretty, Lisa.
I like it. I think it was Heidi Swap, but I'm not positive. It doesn't say on it anywhere.
I have a lot that don't say. Ooh, that's a lot of goo. The back side of this cardboard is buckling because of it being more crafty, cardstocky type stuff. Okay, Becky, what did you get on clearance? Because I missed what we were talking about. See, I'm not I'm missing stuff here. Oh, the stencil Lisa's using. Becky, Lisa,
Yes.
Becky says that that stencil is a Heidi swap, I guess, because she says gotten she got one on clearance.
Okay, good. Well, I like it when I was right. I hate giving people the wrong information.
Well, a lot of my stuff I got before I was supposed to remember it.
Me too. Exactly.
Back in the day, I didn't have to tell you. I didn't tell anybody what stencil I was using, so I don't know half the time because I took all the packaging off. I never thought about making videos.
Yeah, me either. That was a surprise to me when I decided to do it. When I
Well,
first started doing this stuff, I was doing it because I was too sick to do much else.
uh-huh.
And there was no way at that point I would have ever even thought about doing videos. I was just trying to keep from thinking about how bad I felt.
Well,
So,
yeah.
um, but now that I'm doing better, I've always liked sharing, sharing the joy.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
that's the fun part about it.
yeah.
Um, I'll tell you a little secret too. I used to actually do television.
Oh, really?
Yes, back, and I mean back. Let's see. Before Brandon was born, he's 28. Um, I sold sewing machines and taught sewing machine classes for Bernina dealers. And the dealer here in town, we had this little station here in town called Blab TV, and it's public television. And I had been working for him for less than a week when he decided we were going on television.
Well, you learned something new, see?
And the first time we were there, I was using a serger that I had not used ever before, and it came unthreaded in the middle of my demo. I just kept pretending like it was sewing just fine.
Yeah, my mess ups always get found out.
Yes, yes, Sherry, you're right. This is just about having fun. We find it on YouTube.
Are you talking about
I'm trying to
your
read chat.
classes,
And
maybe?
what'd you say?
Holly says, "Can we find it on YouTube?" I wondered if she was talking about your classes.
Oh, probably not. The I seriously doubt Blab ever put them online. Um, they still exist, but they're small. I seriously doubt that they do that. And this was way back before social media, so. And it's back to you, Ted. Yeah, Beth. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm still plugging along trying to get the backs done. Oh, switch it over a little again. And I thought maybe this would use up some of the stuff in this box, but I still have a whole pile of stuff in this box. I mean, really pile. Well, Beth, that's okay. Patricia's going to gesso tomorrow when she gets up, Lisa. I think that's probably a good idea. Um, I have to make some beads tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Yeah, this way tomorrow work fine. Work fine. I'm trying to find this stencil for Janet. This bubble circle stencil.
Yeah, and you get messy all over them, and then it's hard to see what they are. So.
Okay, there you go, Janet. I posted it in there, so.
Oh, that's got words on it. I don't want words.
You're very welcome, Janet.
Cover it up.
Well, are we going to wait till next Tuesday to tear these apart, or are we going to tear them apart before next Tuesday and have them ready?
I think I may tear most of mine apart before next Tuesday, except that maybe one page so that we can maybe show how we're tearing it apart.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just in case, somebody missed it. Because I'm going to have to gesso mine tomorrow because I can't, these are too wet to gesso.
Yeah.
And it might be, what'd you say?
I said they sure look pretty.
Thank you. But you know what it might be too, as far as being the way they're drying, is that this is cardboard and you used playing a game card, which probably has a slicker surface. And I think what's happening is that this Mod Podge is sinking into this cardboard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
And so that's one of the reasons why it's drying so slowly.
Yeah, that the side that's doesn't have this, slick stuff on it.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely gonna be wet for a while.
Yeah.
Beth said hers is gonna take 2 days.
Well, mine, feel dry to the touch, but you can tell they're still soft.
Yeah.
That there's.
And I don't think you want to try to tear them apart like that.
No. Nope.
Janet says, and she inked the edges. So
she did. Yeah.
So we'll want to ink. I'll probably save one panel to do all that too next week, just so that I can kind of show what I used and what I'm doing.
I think she inked the edges after they were cut apart, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah.
So, I may go ahead and ink like 8 or so of them.
Yeah. She also used a Stabilo all pencil to go around her images.
Yeah, which, I bought the other day, I dug in my stuff. I've got a 6B pencil and it works real nice too, and they're easier to find.
Yeah, or a charcoal pencil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only place I can find the Stabilo pencils is on Amazon.
Okay, Lisa.
Yeah.
Susan says she thinks they'll tear easier while they're wet, which in other words, she wants you to tear yours apart.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
want to do that or do you want to wait, Lisa?
I'll try. At least we'll see how it goes. If it looks like it's going to go badly, I'll stop.
Okay.
That way we'll know.
That sounds like a deal.
Well, I know she folded them back and forth, back and forth. And then she just tore them. I think I'm going to do it like this though and see if this will help me.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Lisa.
Yeah. Oh no! Part of it came off though.
Oh, uh-oh.
That didn't tear.
Oh dear. Okay, no more tearing. Sorry, Susan. We're gonna play with images now, unless Lisa's tired.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Put this back on though.
Laura says she tried it and it's easier dry.
Thank you, Laura. Now we know for sure.
Oh, and you know what Beth just said? That tape might have come up. That might have been tape that you just pulled up.
It might be. But I had tape on all of them. So some of it, might have messed up more than others as far as the tape goes.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Yeah. I'm going to stop right there and do the rest of it later. I'm going to go ahead and bend them a few times while they're wet, though. I think that'll probably give it a
less of an attitude.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't see how it could hurt anyway. I didn't see any tape where that was, but I would, that doesn't mean anything. What I saw was some of that craft underpaper, that's kind of thick paper.
Yep. It probably pulled the plastic apart. And I may go ahead too this week and do another 4 pages so that I have 16. It'll all depend.
Ah, okay.
What's going on?
Laura says she put 1 or 2 layers of book pages to strengthen her card, so she had some time to try it this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Well, that is good to know.
But it is pretty easy for me to find where they're supposed to tear and bend. So
okay.
So I did go ahead and bend them some and see if that'll help.
I don't know why, but this side is taking longer.
You're tireder.
No, it's just taking longer. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I got a pretty color image here. I'll show you.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Yeah, I'm going to use some of it.
I think while I'm sitting here, I'm going to ink around these images that are, a whole image.
Holly, she tore it because it was supposed to be grungy kind of thing. And by tearing it, you end up with grunge instead of instead of straight. You could cut them if you wanted to. It's, yours. But that's why she tore it. Kind of because like you tear the strips apart, it gives it more of a grungy look. And I'm not worrying about that. There are places in this that have that have straight lines. I haven't cared really.
Yeah, some of my papers I put on have straight edges too. Some of
Uh-huh.
them are torn, some of them are straight.
Mhm. And
But I
yeah,
like mix, so
thank you, Susan. I like that image too. I
I've got
have
more
some.
images here already than I need for the book. Well, no, that's not true because I was thinking 18 cards, 18 images, but I really need 36 images.
That's right.
So I will definitely have to find some more.
It's funny how fast, how you don't think about that thing until you about how many pages it is, because
Yeah, that's a lot of pages.
uh-huh.
But it's
I
going to
was
be a
afraid to
good
count
book.
how many were in my December book.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. What were you saying?
I said I was afraid to count how many were in my December book.
Oh, yeah.
Janet says just rip it nice and slow. Yeah, Susan, if you use the which I'm not sure where it is. There it is. If you use this thingy, oh, you can't see me. I'm so used to if you use this thingy, you've got that to help make that grungy edge, deckled edge. I actually have a fancy metal ruler that has teeth on it. Back in the day from Stampin' Up, and it it would work too. I don't like it because it bites. Guaranteed, it would bite me, and I don't like to be bitten by a metal ruler. So
I just use a metal ruler that's just a normal metal ruler. It
this
doesn't make as deckled of an edge, though,
no, but
but it works good.
this one has big teeth on it. I mean, big teeth.
Yeah. Well, and I like your foil package
Mm-hmm.
thing. Next time I run out, I'm going to do that. Of course, since I found out about it, I haven't run out.
Oh, I need to do that as a tip of the day, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I got two backs done now, guys. Looky there. I got the second back done. I don't think I missed any spots.
Looks beautiful.
I'll find them eventually. But yeah, Lisa, this is really, really wet.
You can probably hear every time I scrape this over this too. Sorry about that.
Oh, read Susan's thing. That's very good idea, Susan. That would give you some really cool edges.
What do you use those inserts for, Susan? I'm sure you could use them for a lot of things. I'm just curious what.
I think she's using them to tear paper against.
Oh, okay.
Like if you cut it with scalloped edges or with a or like what do you call those things? Um Pinking scissors,
Oh, yeah.
you would have a really cool edge.
Well, I'm glad that you gave your paper cutter some underpants, Janet, because we would hate for it to be naked.
Oh dear. It's bad when we start decorating everything with underpants, huh?
The first time my daughter heard me watching the video and they were talking about putting underpants on, she's like, "Mom, what are you watching?"
Okay,
I said, "The art video."
my mother's losing it here.
I said, "You know, the foundation for your pages?" And she's like, "Oh."
Yeah. You know that YouTube apparently had a problem with her calling those that.
Oh, I'm not surprised. If they had trouble with Mary talking about thongs when she had a picture of flip-flops up there,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, and there's, what is that word? Hole. HOLE. Every time I put that word in a description or a title, YouTube has an issue with it.
Oh, that's something to keep in mind.
It's really weird, but it gives me a little, hateful face. So Janet says it's all dressed up and ready to go out.
I just looked up at the screen and saw all my pretty images here getting their edges and makes me happy.
There you go.
Somehow they look prettier on the screen.
Oh, those are some fun images. Now, did you back them with something, Lisa?
No, they're just right out of a magazine.
Because they're pretty sturdy for right out of the magazine.
Well, some of them were on like a cover, and so they're thicker. But some of them are just magazine pages, regular old magazine pages. It just so happened that most of these came out of a magazine I get called Great Courses.
That's interesting.
And it's for digital classes that you can take, DVD classes.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, it just happened to be one where they had a lot of history courses in there and writing courses and things like that. And so they had, and so, some of these are like from science courses. And anyway, almost all of these came out of that magazine. I was like, that's cool. One magazine and I get it done.
Yeah.
This one didn't. This came from a Natural Grocers magazine, but
I have a new seed catalog that has a bunch of those kinds in it.
Yeah. And this one actually also came out of the Natural Grocers magazine. But I think everything else came out of that.
Okay, Beth just posted hers to the group, so we'll have to look at it later. Cool.
I'm going to sneak a peek over there. Ooh, love it. I love your eggshell. That's so pretty. Adidol posted some pretty stuff too.
Oh. There's been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of fun posts in there this week. I haven't been on as much as I would like, but that's just the way it goes. Some of these are buckling up this time. I think that's what's going on, is they're wanting to buckle. This box is going down some, not a lot, but some.
Well, I think I'm going to go through some of my boxes of images and take out the things that don't really appeal to me right now.
Uh-huh.
And do this again with those.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, but instead of just getting rid of them.
Uh-huh.
Because I've got to do something to dwindle those, 6 boxes of images down to something usable.
Well, I haven't been saving that long, so I don't have 6 boxes. I only have like one. But
Well, it's better probably to use one and then get some more.
there you go.
I had like 8 boxes, and I gave 2 of them away. People sent me money
For
for shipping,
images.
and I
Uh-huh.
just filled them full and sent them boxes
Oh, how fun.
of images. So I hope they liked them. I hope they were images they could use. It was a bunch of everything. I mixed
Um,
my boxes up so they wouldn't be all one thing.
I think $80 that she posted it in my group, or did she post it in your group, Lisa?
Beth,
Yeah.
um, she posted it in your group, and
Okay.
yeah,
So $80. Okay, Janet already answered her.
we're too slow.
Yeah. Well, I'm not paying good attention. I'm a very bad hostess.
Well, I was sitting here watching you work, and I wasn't paying attention either, so I wasn't very helpful either.
See, you're not used to having to get to watch and talk at the same
No,
time.
I'm not. It's exciting.
Well, Mary and Linda had that hangout this morning, and it sounded like it went pretty good.
Yeah, it
Um,
looked like it did when I was watching it,
yeah.
on the replay.
So I just caught the very beginning of it, or end of it, I think, is what I caught. The end of it.
I'm gonna see if I can find some other fussy cut type images to look through.
Beth says, "Is she in your group, Lisa?" I thought you were, Beth, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yes, she's in my group. I sent her an invitation.
Uh-huh.
I had a place open up, and so I invited her. So she is.
And Dawn says she got about one of your boxes, and Patricia's liking your images.
Well, thank you all. I'm glad you liked your box, Dawn. Because I just opened up one of my boxes and transferred everything into that shipping box and sent it. So I didn't look through it to see if everything I pulled out was things I liked, and so I just grabbed a bunch and stick them in there.
And stuck them in there. Well, you wouldn't have saved them if you didn't like them.
That's right. But I'm a very eclectic person, so I had a little bit of everything.
Well, that's, yeah. Mm-hmm. I used one of my favorite little Volkswagen Bug images the other day, and I'm like, oh, now that's used. I'm going to have to find you a new one.
Here's a bunch of images that I got. On the calendars, they have, on the back, they have the little pieces.
Yep.
I've got a ton of those. I've been saving for years, so
I actually pulled 2 calendars for this project in case I wanted those images for this.
yeah. So I thought I'd look through these real quick because I don't know where my fussy cut images are. Some of these are too big, even though they're small. I like these really good. They have a word on them. So this one says courage. This one's optimism.
Oh, those are cool.
Greatness, confidence, action, journey, effort, experience. I like those.
That'll be good when you're released, Susan. Yeah, I like those, Lisa. Those are nice sentiments.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about putting anything with words on these, but now I'm thinking about it.
I will probably put some kind of words on these. At least on mine I will. I'm not sure what, but yeah, I can't believe these watercolors are not running. It's really interesting. Well, Susan Baker's here, Lisa. She must have muted. She may have muted herself. Hello, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Sorry, I was having a coughing fit, so I muted.
I thought
Yes,
maybe.
I can make another journal. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
With these, I could probably make several journals, actually.
I'm going to have to do a lot of cutting before next week, I'm pretty sure. But I can probably do that over at Mom's while I visit with my sister, because I'm going to have to do that too.
I'll give you something to keep your hands busy.
Yeah, well, I took my knitting today and that didn't get it out because I was doing things like fixing the vacuum cleaner and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, those are important things. Not as much
Yeah.
fun, but they're important.
Well, I just darn near forgot the vacuum cleaner. You know, I had this, that, and this to do for Mom, and I knew there was something else, and I couldn't remember what it was. And all of a sudden, I remembered. Oh, she told me the vacuum cleaner bag. She couldn't get it back in. She took it out, but the new one she couldn't get twisted back into it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they don't go back in as easy as they come out. At least my experience with them has been that way.
Well, and this is an old Kirby. So, you know, they're ornery and cantankerous anyways. Um, and she can't hardly get it out of the closet. So it's so big and so heavy. When we sell the house, it will be going away. I have no desire to ever have that thing in my house.
My mom has one of those filter queens that you have to drag around.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
And it's a very good vacuum cleaner, but I have never liked it. She had an old one when I was a kid that I hated vacuuming with that thing. But it does a good job.
Well, Dad was always into Kirby's. I don't know why. They're so heavy and so ornery, but that's what he liked, so that's what they had.
We have one of those Dyson things that pulls all the dirt up from under the house.
Yeah, I have one of those too. My husband prefers the shop vac. And when he's vacuuming, I just keep my mouth shut.
That's right. I'm finding everything with words and things that I think I might like.
Okay, what's going on here? Okay.
Oh, I'm just still looking for more images.
Susan has to get out and go into the witness protection program.
Uh-oh, why?
Oh, she's in craft jail. Did you not know she was in craft jail?
I did know she was in craft jail, but I didn't know she was going to have to go into witness protection. I thought she was going to get off on good behavior.
Yeah, well, apparently she's been so mean to her craft room that she's going to be in craft jail for a while. So she's going to have to go in witness protection. Okay. I'm going to have to make another book to use the rest of these scraps up, because this is the box I just pulled from the other scrap box. This isn't even my main scrap box.
Yeah, I just pulled a certain kind of papers from my scrap box, and that's what I used.
I just pulled some stuff I liked. That's all.
Oh,
So.
goodness, I didn't realize how many of these I have. I definitely need to make
Oh,
some
Beth,
more small
she was
books.
mean to her craft room.
She was mean to it.
Yeah, I guess she neglected it.
Oh,
That's how come she's in craft jail.
yeah. Because her doctor won't let her do anything. It's not her fault. Her craft room needs to understand that.
Oh no, I threw a piece away.
Oh no, you're not supposed to do that.
I know, but I had to. It just didn't look like I wanted it. I wanted something different.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I threw a couple away while I was working too. Oh, look at these. Look
Oh
at
wait,
these.
we gotta see what she got.
These are old. I forgot about that calendar, but it's old vintage. This
Oh,
one with the lady holding her stuff is really funny.
oh, fun.
Okay, go back to you.
Why? Why? Looking at your pictures is fun too.
Okay, well that's fine.
Oh, I have a piece of pink.
Bless you.
No, that was a
A snort instead of a sneeze.
yeah, I was a snort. Yes. I was snorting at this.
Anyway,
I was snorting, snorting at this piece of pink. There. It's kind of pink and purple at the same time.
would you believe, looking at all of these, that I still have about 4 calendars I haven't cut up?
I have a batch that I haven't cut up. I just started pulling images out of stuff lately. I haven't. It was easier to just keep everything whole for a while.
Oh, I love those birds. Let me stick that in there.
I have some birds on calendar. I have 2 calendars here I was thinking about using too. So I have some calendar images. I may get this done tonight.
Oh,
Hmm.
I bet you will. You're almost there.
Kathy's watching from the She's watching from something from the tablet, so she couldn't chat. That's why she couldn't chat.
Oh, okay. Well, we're glad you're able to chat now, Kathy. Yeah, I need to make a bunch of these books, I think.
You should have made a bigger one.
Yeah, I should have. About 45 pages or something.
No, I meant bigger in size.
Oh.
See, I'm using up a lot.
Well, I'm just talking about all these little calendar images I've got.
Oh, all those little
I
images.
should have made a bigger one.
Well, those would be cute to make excuse me. I do that a lot with the umming. Jesus, I did it again. Tags and postcards and
That's
you can
true.
put those little things on ATCs even.
And I like the Packer Dye makes a book where she has little images like this, in little collages. And that's why I started saving these.
I may have to go look at the video.
I don't know why those were in there, but I'll show you a few of the pages that I've done that are kind of like what she does.
Okay, that'd be cool.
She's an expert. I'm a beginner, so mine won't be as good as hers, but it's kind of give you an idea of what she does. some of these are not like hers. Let me try to find one that's like hers, because you end up doing your own thing, even though you think you're trying to do what somebody else does.
Somebody else does. That's right. It is so true.
Something like this one is one that
Oh
is
yeah, that's really cute.
like she does, or this one. And some of hers have like that, have a bunch of straight, like this one. That's probably, these two are real indicative of the kind of thing that she does.
Okay, so she doesn't fussy cut the images, but she collages them together.
Yeah, and she leaves a lot of white space, which I'm not very good at. So that's one reason I did this book, was to try and do more of that. But anyway, I'm working on a second now, because that's the first. No, it's the second journal I've actually finished. I've got a bunch of them started, but I'm not very good at finishing them.
Susan, I went to the Dollar Tree Saturday and they had no calendars. I needed I need two for the cars, and I couldn't get any at Dollar Tree, and I could not get any at Walmart today. No calendars. I was very, very unhappy.
Makes you wonder what they do with them, because it's not like they can use them again.
No, she said they sold them all out. $80, my table just turns into a disaster on Sundays. My whole room turns into a disaster, and because of everything going on, I haven't gotten it cleaned up yet. So I cleaned up a little hole so that you guys could see today, but that's about it.
Okay. Decided some of these that are the sea, ocean stuff, I need to get out for that mermaid journal that I'm doing for.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched the second, or I don't know, one of the, you did a second or a third
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten to watch that one yet.
Well, I'm in that one. I'm making tags to practice what I want to do on the front of it. So,
Aha.
and the tags turned out pretty cute. I think I like them, but they're too thick to be tags inside of a inside of a book. So they're going to have to just go like they are, rather than being inside the journal, because they're too fat.
Too fat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she wanted a dimensional cover, and that's really fun to do, but dimensional tags don't work quite as well.
Don't fit very well. Yeah. Susan, I don't know, and I don't want 2 years worth of calendar in one. I want one calendar that is for this year, and that's all I want. But I've been having trouble finding just that. But we have to keep track of mileage, so it's always one of those things that I need two little new calendars, and I thought I had bought them, and apparently I saw them and said, no, I don't, I'm not getting anything today. I won't take the time to go through the line, and didn't get them. So now I don't have them and I need them. I'm getting there, Lisa. I'm getting there.
All right.
Judy's here.
Hi, Judy. It's good to see you.
Susan, are you talking to me? Thank you.
Oops.
I think my mom gave me some tiny calendars that I might be able to use. I just haven't found them yet, since I couldn't get the ones I wanted at the store. Yeah, this back side of this cardboard definitely has a different attitude than the front side. It's really sucking up the Mod Podge, and it's kind of getting um, kind of rolly.
Yeah, might have been better to, on that kind of thing to go ahead and gesso it.
Yeah, I might have. So either that or just cover it with a layer of Mod Podge before I started.
Yeah.
Cover it and let it dry. Yes, Becky. If I had gessoed it first. Barbara, just use those little tiny itty bitty book calendars. They're just they show a week on 2 pages, and they're about the size of a little tiny envelope. The about 3 by 6, something like that.
Yeah, those are hard to find, not when they're not for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Usually Dollar Tree has them, and they have them all the time. And I was in there, and I went to 3 Dollar Trees Saturday and couldn't get them. And then Walmart usually has them, even if I have to buy one for 2 years. And they didn't have any at all. They didn't have. They had 2 book calendars, and both of them were gigantic ones that were fancy. And I was like, well, that's not gonna work. They don't fit in the glove box.
Yeah. I wonder if they're not making as many because people put everything on their phone.
Probably, and I waited until January to hunt for them. So that was the dummy part of me. So this is taking a long time. This part, I don't know why. And there's something in me that says, "Get it done, get it done, get it done."
Well, I'm just trimming pictures, so.
Well, that's all right. That's what I'm going to do in a minute or two.
Because when I cut these out of the calendars, I just rough cut them and.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what my husband does too, at it all. He uses Note, or Outlook. We use Outlook for the family calendar so that everybody can see it on their phones and on their computers. And
Okay, guys, I'm going to show you my last back. That's the last back I've got. Yay, I finished them.
it looks very beachy.
Yeah, it does for some reason. So, I've tried putting it all on my phone, but if you don't write it down in the car, right when you're in the car, that kind of thing. And for some reason, it doesn't help me on my phone to have my calendar. I like to be able to write on it. When I write something down, I remember it better.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's one of those memory things that some people remember things better when they write it. So that's me.
I'm a Post-it note girl.
Yeah. I have 500 million notes, but I usually then transfer them to my calendar. So
anything that's going on within the next week, I have little Post-it notes on my laptop on the bottom of it where you
Yep.
Yeah. Or on the cover, so it's all right there in front of my face every day, and surely I won't forget.
I have little pieces of paper now all over my table again. Like Beth said, after Sundays and having security envelopes pieces torn up all over everywhere, You know, I could have done that to this. Oh, that'd be fun to do a book like this, guys, with just the security envelopes as the backgrounds.
I thought about that. I did. That was one of the things I was thinking about doing, but
Doing well, we may just have to do another book, Lisa.
all right. I'm up for it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I hardly made a dent in this basket, in this box. That's not good. Oh, this is a fun image. I love this image. It's the wheel cover of a really old car.
That's pretty. I like the old rounded, cars
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
from the 50s and some before.
Scott says I'm a bad influence on the crafting bits around her table. Oh dear. I'm a bad influence.
I bet Becky could come up with bits around her table without your help.
I'll bet you she could too. So,
So don't take credit.
and this creature, this uh, cheetah or whatever he is, I can't remember what the spot. Leopard. He's a leopard. Looks like he is so angry. You know, it would be fun to do one of these books with. We may just have to do that.
On Sunday,
Oh
on a
no,
Sunday.
we won't do it on Sunday because if I said we would do it on Sunday, that it doesn't really go in our book. Well,
That's true.
maybe we could do a little book that went in our book.
Make it smaller,
It would have to be like a little book.
just a few
Hmm.
pages.
Yeah. I think this book is going to have some words, though, Lisa.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's why I'm cutting out all these all these calendar images that have the words. You converted
Barb
me.
doesn't get any junk mail. I don't get as much as my mother gets, Barb. But Scott's saying what? Proper paparazzi proper. I'm not sure what that word is, Becky.
Paparazzi.
Oh, paparazzi. Okay. Yeah, right. A meander book. Okay, Beth. That's a good one. That's actually one I was going to do a pull out like a meander book. We could do that and do it on paper and do the well, Barb, instead of worrying about security envelopes, get some old book pages or something like that instead. Um, anything like magazine pages. You could use magazine pages just like we just did instead of the security envelopes. I have an entire shoebox full of security envelopes, and my shoebox is overflow. Well, it's not all security, but junk mail envelopes, and my shoebox is overflowing. I'm going to have to get rid of some due to the fact that I promised I would only keep one shoebox full of them. Like anybody knows how many I have. Ha ha ha. Becky, I thought of you when I saw this little kitty cat on this rug, scratching the rug.
you could move your security envelopes into a boot box.
There you. That would work, Lisa. That would work real well. Now, Kathy, I don't get catalogs. Um, I don't know if it's because I don't order a lot online. Because I do order online, but not a lot. Yeah, I thought that little kitty cat was cute too. I may put that little kitty cat and the leopard together. Maybe I can put the kitty cat scratching the leopard's back or something. Who knows?
I found
Lisa,
some. Oh, go ahead.
are you awful far to the side or is that me? Yeah. Did you realize you're not really in the middle of your camera?
I'll scoot over.
Well, you don't have to, but
I hadn't realized it. No, I wasn't paying attention. When I had my stuff on the table,
it,
it was
yeah,
centered. But okay, there we go.
that's better. Yeah, Holly, and when we traveled, I always loved to stop at the rest area that just as you go into a state, oh, they have a name for them and I've forgotten. Oh, on it. Um, Welcome Center.
Next to tourist bureaus or
Yeah,
tourist.
it's the Welcome Center, and
Yeah,
sometimes you have to get off the interstate to actually go to them, but a lot of times they're where the rest stops are. And I love going in there because they have all kinds of fun brochures and stuff like that.
yeah. There's one right at the edge of town here that's it's got a ton of stuff. Of course, Texas is a big state, so there's stuff from all over Texas there. It's not just
Hmm.
stuff from around here. But
But we usually look at what we want to look at for our trip, and then go back and then when we're done with it, then they're fun to cut up.
yeah,
Susan says chat always takes up some space on the left of her screen, and see my chat's on the right.
yeah. Mine's on the right too.
Uh-huh. Don't get Washington docs. Uh, okay.
Oh, don't order from Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Travel stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't ever tried to get from them. I ordered some stuff from Colorado and Oklahoma and New Mexico, and I'm trying to think of some other places. And Oklahoma just keeps on sending me emails daily.
Well, 2 years ago when we were headed that direction, I ordered, Arizona and Texas and the states we thought we would be in the first
Yeah,
2 months of the year. Got all kinds of stuff, and I'm still getting stuff from a couple of states. The emails, you can go in and unsubscribe from them, but
yeah. Well, I started to do that, and then we've been planning to take a trip to Oklahoma City.
uh-huh,
And so I thought, oh, I'll just wait till after we do that because I want to know what's going on when we decide to go.
right.
Um, because it's close enough. You can do a quick trip over there from here, and they have quite quite a lot of fun stuff there. So my son and I went on a trip there just for a couple of days and saw some stuff. And my daughter was on her 13th birthday trip with her grandmother, so she didn't get to see any of it. So she wants us to go back so she can see the museums and things that he saw. So we need to do that because that was a long time ago. She's 16 now, so we still
haven't gone.
haven't gone.
Yeah, I wonder if the Smithsonian puts out a catalog. Just dawned on me. I wonder if they do. I know that when we went to the museums and things in New York, there was anything that I wanted as far as flyers or anything, you had to pay for, and they were not inexpensive. Um, my sister, the one that sends me stuff all the time, sometimes sends me where they've been to an art gallery and the postcard or whatever. She sometimes sends those. Patricia, um, if you thought you were, I went through. I had to double check. I was actually somehow not subbed to Becky last week. I don't know whether YouTube did that or just what, because I've been subscribed to Becky for ages, and all of a sudden I wasn't getting any um, notifications from her, and I went in and I was not subbed to Becky, which that's really weird.
I had that happen to me too, and to Mary. And I'm like, okay, I obviously visit this channel a lot, so you can't say I'm not a real subscriber and
Right.
kick me off. But I noticed the Sunday for your live and Friday for Mary's, I got the notifications about the time y'all quit.
Oh,
I just knew you were on, and so I went to your channel and found it.
and found it.
Yeah.
Becky
So
just posted the Smithsonian link. And Laura just got all her backs covered.
yay, Laura!
Yay! And now we're sitting here messing with all these images. What time? Oh my gosh. Lisa, did you realize it's after 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I did. But I'm used to streaming till after 10 o'clock, so I wasn't worried about it. But whenever you want to quit, I'm ready. I'm willing to quit.
Well, I'm okay for right now. However, I probably ought to go mix up my medicine. So I'll be back in just a minute.
All righty.
You have to watch the chat and talk to
Watch the chat. Okay.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Thanks for the catalog request page, Aunt Beck. I'm gonna click on that in a minute. Maybe I can do it right now because I've been thinking that would be fun. Okay. Now I've done that. I'm good. Well, good grief, Janet. I'm sorry. It said error. That's weird. No, I've been told take a week to go through the Smithsonian. I would love to have a week to go through it. There's just too much. If you talk bad about YouTube, it will retaliate. Well, I try not to say bad things about YouTube until it's already done something. So I don't think it should be retaliating. That's not fair. That's really weird, Janet. I don't know why it would do that.
What's going on?
Well, Janet tried to type and couldn't, and then her video went black and said there was an error. So she had to
Huh.
go out and come back in.
I've had that happen a couple of times, but I've never figured out why it does it.
I think I may have had it happen one time, but I can't remember who I was watching or.
Good night, Beth.
Good night, Beth. Yeah, you're an hour ahead of us, so
Well, hello,
at
Elizabeth.
11:15 I'm going to want to go to bed too.
Oh, Elizabeth's been peeking over our shoulders and cheering us on tonight.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
But she's going to bed too. So good night, Elizabeth.
Thank you for coming in and letting us know you were peeking.
Mm-hmm. She got her fussy cutting done early.
Oh, I thought I was getting mine done, and then I decided I needed some more and some things with words.
Well, I may try to get like, oh, I know what I was going to use for words. I forgot, Lisa. I got this book the other day specifically so I can use the quotes out of it for words.
Oh, cool. What is it?
It is the Pocket Book of Quotations. I got it for 50 cents at the thrift store the other day.
Oh, that's great. I bought one of those at the thrift store for the same thing, and my daughter took it.
Oh, well.
She's like, oh, Mom, I need that.
You just have to tell her she has to get it back, you know. She just doesn't want you
How
to
many
find out.
quote books do you have? You know, we have tons of those big hardback books that
Yeah.
maybe I'll abscond with one of those and she won't know about it.
Yeah, I have a big one, but I thought that the quotes in it might be too big. I'll have to look and see.
No, that's true. That's a possibility.
It depends on how they're set up.
But your pages are big enough you could put quotes in it. I don't think mine are big enough to really do quotes.
To put a quote, yeah.
And that's why I'm looking at these things that just have one word.
One word. Good night, Beth. Good night, Elizabeth. Good night, anybody I missed.
I don't think I want to do any more of those little white ones. They're not easy to cut.
And I'm not sure I'm going to try to ink these images. I may ink the pages, but I may just pencil around the images. I just loved this elephant being followed by a zebra.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably not going to ink anything I fussy cut, but these, you know, just square images, they're easy to ink.
Inking.
I'm not doing a very good job, so I'm going to resort to artificial means here.
Okay. I have to see what artificial means is. Oh. She's cheating, guys.
I'm cheating.
Yeah, Janet, the stabilo around the images, I think I might do some of that. Oh, you said one of my pages was beachy, and I have a beach picture here.
Well, you probably should use it.
Uh-huh. I'm cutting out the shell to go with the picture.
Well, even my cheating is crooked, so that's not really being very helpful.
You do realize that no one will know but you, right?
Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, I'll go back to scissors. These are so small that they don't fit across where they stay straight, you know?
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
Good night, Becky.
Are you getting the link for this book we're working on, Janet? Is that what Holly's talking about? Oh, and I'm really cheating, Lisa. Look at these images.
Just say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like those.
I do too. So I'm going to cut them all out in little pieces and use them.
Okay.
Oh,
That works.
oh no, Irma. And Irma, I didn't know you were here, but hello. But yeah, Janet, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll stabilo around them. I know that that's what Lori Marie does a lot of the time. She stabilos around the image, and that'll work for me. So, because I'll want to make them grungy anyways. Elephant, yes. Uh-huh.
Barb loves
Thank you, Janet.
elephants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Holly, we're playing along with that video so that we're just kind of doing the same thing but in our own kind of way. And I have no idea what this image came out of.
What is it?
With these all these pictures on this wall.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe who knows? Because I don't usually have. I really wish that I was willing to spend the money and buy art magazines to read, but they are pricey. But I
Yeah,
love the
they
images
are.
in them. The images in them are so much fun. Janet, are you still having trouble, or has it settled down? Ooh, a Harry Potter catalog. That would be interesting. Oh, and I love this image too, but I think it's a little too big. And here I have two elephants.
It might not be. Your pages are pretty big.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna trim it until I decide, because I can use it on something else another time too. Apparently, I had elephants on the brain. And Lisa, I just cut that so crooked that it's unreal. It's just like, oh my goodness, every side of it's crooked.
I think you just did that to make me feel better.
No, I really wasn't. I was just totally. Of course, I usually do all this kind of stuff with my glasses off, and I cannot see the chat with my glasses off.
Well, if I did it with my glasses off, it would be horrible.
Well, Irma, I hope it goes well tomorrow then. And do let us know how it goes. I'm sorry, Lisa, what did you say? I was reading and not paying attention.
I don't know.
Something about my glasses.
I said if I cut things without my glasses, it would be horrible.
Oh, well, my bifocals are to see the dashboard of the car. They're not for reading. They always fuss at me about the way I want my glasses fixed. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to fix them that way, that's okay. I'll just go somewhere else.
Somebody who'll do it the way I want it.
Well, I've been wearing them this way for a long time. I wear my bifocal real low, and it's set so that I'm seeing about 3 feet out, because when I read, I don't need I don't need glasses for reading.
Right.
I just need them for, like, to be able to iron. That dirty word.
The only thing I've ironed in a year probably is paper, coffee dyed paper.
Well, I used to have to iron Jeff's shirts. Um, uh, I much prefer ironing a cotton shirt over a polyester cotton one. So he wore all cotton shirts because that's what I was willing to iron, and he wore dress shirts to work was the deal.
Yeah.
And I'd rather iron them than try to fight getting them out of the dryer in the perfect second to get them.
That is true.
And if you starch a good shirt and iron it, it's really not that hard. And I always made sure he had enough shirts, so I only had to iron once every week and a half or so.
Yeah.
But when you sew, Lisa, you also iron a lot, you
That's
know.
true. And I don't. I mean, I sewed most of my maternity clothes when I was pregnant with my son because I worked for an orthodontist, and I had to have certain colors and stuff like that to wear.
Excuse me just a minute. Good night, Susan.
Good night, Susan. Sleep well.
And Janet says that that's what she was thinking. But go ahead, and you had to have certain colors and.
Oh, and so I finding maternity clothes that I could afford that were those colors was really hard. So I just made them. I made
Mm-hmm.
jumpers, and then I wore the shirts that everybody else was wearing just open under my jumper, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so I sewed a lot then, and I haven't hardly sewed since.
Well, I didn't sew clothing so much. I never have really enjoyed sewing clothing, but I taught specialty sewing classes. So in other words, I taught people how to use their machine in ways that they don't expect to use it. So I did a lot of sewing. But then I was running dealerships too, so it was kind of necessary that I have samples on the wall and
Right.
that kind of stuff. And my son learned to sew when he was less than 2, so
Wow.
he learned to put fabric through the sewing machine sitting on my lap. And he was about 3, maybe 3.5, when I learned that if I turned the box upside down and turned my foot control upside down, of course, my sewing machine, you can turn the speed down.
Oh, uh-huh.
He loved playing with the sewing machine. He sewed all the time. Now, he didn't learn to thread the needle till he was about 5.
Oh, well. Five's
But
still pretty young.
he can sew. He can use my machine and sew just about as fast as I can if it's not anything real complicated.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Janet, I thought about that once. My mother has a big fancy one of those, and I didn't mind ironing. That was the thing. I ironed. My mom used to pay us to iron, so I would iron dad's shirts and that kind of thing all the time. And we actually had to iron our pillowcases. I don't know why she ever ironed pillowcases. She never ironed the sheets, but she always ironed the pillowcases, which is to me kind of silly. But oh well. And I kind of like to iron. Susan, yeah, that would kind of, uh-huh. Yeah, Janet, I never could quite figure out why mom wanted the pillowcases ironed. Lisa, I just cut that one really crooked too. Of course, I'm trying to make a square out of something that wasn't. So,
Well, I even have lines to follow here, and I'm having to redo some of them.
well, I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
I don't either. I don't either. In fact, I'm through. I'm gonna go ahead and edge around these, and
Yeah, it's about time to call it a night, anyways.
yeah, I just realized that I have done nothing but say hi and bye to my husband today, so
Uh-oh.
it might be good if I actually go in and pay a little attention to him, especially
Well,
since he's not feeling good.
mine is yeah, if he's not feeling good, mine is making noise in there. I think his movie's over. Either that or he woke up.
Well,
So, he having a headache, he doesn't like to lay in bed and sleep the whole time. So he'll sleep in the chair. It seems to work better for him with his headache. So,
yeah. Well, you got to find what works for you. For me, it had to be dark and quiet, and so I had to go hide in my bedroom.
well, and yeah, Jeff does that some too, but it's the quiet. And of course, we were visiting with my sister this morning, and her voice is very loud and high, um, and he tried to stick it out, because
Yeah.
she had just gotten here. So he took a pill, and then it just didn't really help. So,
Well, I hope tomorrow will be better for him.
oh, I think it will. He said earlier that it was easing up. So, Judy, I like to iron too. But Janet, I do not like to wash dishes. So I cook and Jeff cleans the dishes up most of the time. So, Lisa, I think I'm going to finish this one and then I'm going to call it a night.
I'm right with you. I'm
Okay.
just gonna keep edging things until you're through, and then I'm gonna be ready to stop
To
too. I've
go.
got like 6 more things to do. So,
All right.
but I haven't done any real fussy cutting so far. This may just be a little squares thing.
Well, that would work. I mean, I haven't really decided exactly which images I'm using, so I just kind of pulled a whole bunch. But I realized how many pages I have, and I don't think I have enough images. Because I think I want to do like kind of like Packer Dye did, where the images are kind of in little layers
Yeah.
of things. So that may mean that I have to have a few more things. And so I'll look this week. But
I definitely want to put some book page or music paper or something behind
yeah,
the.
behind in pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I got a bunch of that stuff in my my box where I've got all that stuff cut up for Sundays. So I
mhm.
can just pull some out of there.
So I think I'm ready, Lisa. Let's
All
let's
right.
let's call it a night. I don't know who all's here, but guys, Gloria, there you are, and Irma. I hope everything goes really well in the morning. Becky, if you're still here, hope Scott's goes really well. Good night, Janet. And don't forget, guys, that we'll be on Lisa's channel next Tuesday night at 7 Central to finish this book up, if we can finish it next week. Lisa, I'm going to put a link in the next day or two of the binding that I'm going to use.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use one that's a little different than what she used.
Yeah, are you going to use that? Oh, I forget what they call it now. Hannah calls it the crochet stitch. That one that you gave me the link to before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I
that's
plan to
I
do
think what
too.
I'm going to use. So I'm going to put a link to that, guys, in the group, and we'll put it on Lisa's group too, and so that
Yeah.
you can see it. Because that way you might want to get a printout if you're, to do it. So, um, yes, Janet, Judy, thoughts and prayers and loves and hugs to everybody. But good night, everyone. Good night, Lisa.
Good night. Good night,
Okay.
Tanya. Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much for playing, guys.